All right. So we also know you need to have got your love power as your signature talk. You should have one that's specifically designed for the preacher in you. And then you need one that speaks to the business acumen. Why? Because with all the business people that are having business conferences and everything, we also know that our love life then affects productivity. It affects how we show up to be interactive in our work environment. And I can see every business conference, they have people talking about how to make money, how to sell, how to do everything. But what about the person as a whole? You can then put something in there and be a part of that connection and let people know, hey, you know, it's one thing to have people telling them how to make money, but if they husband at home beating them, or if they lonely at night and they can't figure out, you know, if nobody's thinking they're attractive, you know, you can talk about that. Like, how do you handle all of that? And because you have a business background too, you can bring in the concept of when you were working in Seattle and you talked to people and what the foundation of it was, is that really needed a connection, you know, and that kind of understanding how love power connects to us, ourselves, never makes us better business people, make us better employees and all that good stuff. And then what you're going to do, Carmen, is realistically, we got to start, like I'm starting for myself, a 10 by 10 by 10 strategy. You got to contact, you got to send out 10 emails a day, hit 10 LinkedIns a day, mail out 10 letters of inquiry a day, every day. And that's going to be your strategy. It's got to be hand to hand. And this is not the part that people like, but this is the part that actually brings you in money. Because at the end of the day, we can sit online all day. You got to go meet the people and bring them to the online space.
Yeah. And I think I was like trying to like one line what I do, like trying to get, and I feel, I don't know if I'm clear about like how to, if somebody says like, what do you do? And I was like, and so that's where I kind of came up with the less lonely night things. Like,
no.
I was listening to Lisa Nichols, and you know how she talked about you need to tell people what results you get them, not that you're a relationship coach.
What results do you get them? Now we going all the way back to session 1. What do people want? What do people want?
People want to be in a fulfilling relationship, a relationship that they can be themselves, that they can love people, that they can feel love and give love.
Yeah, and that's what you help them do.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
That's it. And we don't overcomplicate it. You're making it too difficult. And you need to read your own notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what the end result you told me is people want a fulfilling relationship where they get love and they feel loved. Period. They want to be married.
Yeah. Yeah.
I help you get married, boo.
Yeah.
What do you want from your? What do you want from your? If you ask Sean Thomas, what does Sean want from her little life? I want somebody who is gonna love me for me, love my kids, love Christ, and want to be married and just love each other to the end of earth. Okay, I can help you do that, boo. That's all. That's the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And realistically, that's what you should be asking people. What do you want out of your love life? That's a question that will start any conversation with in any arena. And if you don't say, what do you want out of your love life? You can ask them, how is your love life? Do you feel powerful in your love life? You know, but you got to get to using your word and your strengths and just it's basic. What you do is basic. I help people feel loved and be loved and end up in a loving, lasting relationship.
Yeah, I know.
People are going to ask you how. And then what's your answer to the how? How you do that?
I coach. I do workshops. I provide them with tools, strategies around.
So first, I would say you first should say, I believe in love. I believe that we all have love power, and that everything starts with the love power. Because you got to bring it back to your brain, and there's that facet. And like you said, I remember you telling me, like, you can see the hands, and you know, most of us live with our hands open. We got to close the hand, and we got to connect the 5 pieces of the love power so that we're stronger. I can see you doing that on a stage. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. There's
Yeah.
5 facets to your love power. And most of us walk around with our hands wide open. And I'm going to need you to close that hand and put them all together so that you have a strong love power. Girl, you got to be in the mirror. You need to practice this stuff. This is life changing. It's simple.
It is.
It's simple. Your brand marketing message is so simplistic that people are going to be like, man, I need to talk to her. I need to, because it really ain't that hard. We make it so hard.
I know. I get in my head. My boyfriend told me the other day, like, get out your room.
And then I get it because I get in my head. But,
so that's why I have a coach to get me out my head. But yes.
Right. But at the end of the day, what people really want is to be loved and feel loved. Or is that the same thing? To give love and get love. Period. Because a lot of women I talk to, they feel like they're giving more love than they're getting.
Yep.
And a lot of men that I talk to feel like they deserve more love than they have to give. How do we fix that?
Yeah. So, okay. I'm getting good stuff from my guys group too.
Good.
Yeah.
How many guys in there, girl? Did you grow the group yet?
47.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So what's the name of your group?
The guys group is Carmen's Only Love Power Group, I think, something like that. I forgot the last, how I ended it. But I used like the, Carmen's with Men Only Love Power Group. Okay. I just used like my last name, my last part of my name.
I got it. But now I want you to change it because I know we talked about that, but I was reading a book I was reading a book the other day and talking to my friend Montina. She's always telling me about the books. You know Montina?
Well, I know I'm
so we talk.
Familiar with her.
And so she gives me these books and I was reading this book and I was like, dang, this makes sense. And we were talking about it and she said, Sean, I know that, you do entrepreneur and everything. She said, but what this book is saying and what makes sense is when you have a Facebook group, if you really want it to grow organically, you got to have keywords and you got to make the name not centered around your business so much, but centered around why people want to join. So I'm trying to think of how can I make my group, I talked about that yesterday too. How can I make my group a little bit more enticing when people who don't know what Entrepreneur is, that they'll want to click the link. So my team started a group and it's the name of the group is Women Building Thriving Businesses. So it's like a descriptor. If you're a woman and you want to build a thriving business, you should be in this group. So for yours, you need to have a group that says either men need love too, so that it'll spark interest for the men to want to be in there. And, or something around the lines of a descriptive. A men's
because I'm looking at now the Love Power Group is the one that I'm working on to that will be the co-ed group.
True, but that's going to be one that's with the people who meet you in clientele. It's almost like you're going to do what I'm doing with Entrepreneur Herb. People in the Entrepreneur Herb have heard about me, met me, and all that good stuff. But that also then kind of makes it a smaller group. I want your men's group to be kind of organic and big. Okay. So that it's not so much connected to you personally, and you don't have to know them, like them, and all this good stuff. It's like, this is a men's group. Let me get into the men's group. So you can get a lot of different feedback. Now, if your love power group, if you want it to be kind of low hanging, then you would name it something like that. But I'm just saying the book and the methodology around what Facebook is doing with groups right now is more descriptive.
The keywords.
The keywords and descriptive to make people want to click versus anything else. Okay. And then once you have a bigger organic group, the whole idea, now it's making sense. The whole idea behind having this big organic group is to then have subgroups that are paid. Then you can have your love power group that is paid. That is a combination of these 15, 20,000 people that have found you organically because you have a name that they want to actually click and be a part of. And then in that big group, you can then talk about, okay, now you need to get in the Love Power Group. And now the Love Power Group is this much a month. This is what we're talking about over there. So that was the methodology behind.
That makes sense.
It does. Because I was like, dang, at one point the group was growing a lot, and now it's like it's not. But then I'm seeing a lot of people change the name of their groups, and I think April had talked about that the other day as well. She was saying that you need to change the name of the group, and I was like, okay, this must have been a mass email that everybody got or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, and I might ask a couple of guys like what they think, what names would draw them.
Yeah, do a poll.
Mm-hmm.
Or ask the question of what's the number one thing they hope to get out of a group like this? Or ask them what's the number one thing they want out of a love relationship. And if they say they want to build lasting marriages, or they want how to find good women, or whatever it is, and it's the name of the group. Men looking to find good women.
Mm-hmm.
And looking to build lasting loving marriages, so it'll be like that. That's a good idea. I might need to do that in there too. Like, what is it that people really want? I want to change it up as well. Either I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I remember you had talked about it a while ago. Ready to let the group know. It's a lot.
It is, and if it's going to help or it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is help people.
It's a lot to keep up with. Yeah.
It is.
To keep it engaging. And what's something else? Oh, so I talked about doing the movie.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have it at my house on September 23rd.
Cool.
Sunday afternoon. I think 4:00. I'm sending all that stuff out today, but I'm gonna have to send. I can't make it like a big open thing because my understanding is I might be on some copyright infringement.
To have a watch party?
Yeah, like I looked up some stuff because somebody asked me that. Who was that? Oh, my cousin. We were talking and she was like, "You check the copyright stuff," and I was like, "You can just play a movie like that and have people come." And I was like, I looked up some stuff and it basically said it depends on the number. You can show it to friends and family, that kind of thing, or y'all can watch it together, but to make it public in the public domain. So like if I'm putting it out there on Facebook and there's no specific person that I'm targeting kind of thing, or I don't have necessarily a relationship, it's a public event pretty much, then I would need to get permission.
You ain't selling nothing though.
Licensing, huh?
Yeah, but it's not for sale. Like there's no money to be made.
Right, but that doesn't matter.
Really? That's interesting.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And I posted that question in the group, Takara, she's the attorney that Audrey used. Yeah. So I'm in her group, and so I asked in the group, and so that's what she was saying. She didn't, of course she can't give full attorney advice or whatever, but she was like, it really just goes down to the numbers, and she just gave what it all went down to. And I said, well, I attached the document that I was looking at, and that's when she said it just boils down on how many people are coming, who they are, what you're charging, that kind of stuff. And she never gave any.
Are you charging?
No.
Yeah, I honestly thought that because the whole issue with copyright infringement is they want to make their money. So
when I went to so somebody in that group posted the movie industry link or whatever for that, and I went to it. And it talks about the public piece, if it's a public thing. So if you have it, if it's open to the public or public has access to it, you have to.
Okay. Well, you've done your due diligence. So there's that.
Yeah. So I decided I'm just gonna invite people, and I, because it's at my house too, it can't be too big. I'm thinking 15 or so people, and we watch it, have a talk, and just do it that way, because I was getting in my head too much and starting to doubt and just get discouraged. I was like, I'm still gonna do it, just have it that way.
Definitely, and there's always ways around that. You got your phone. You can always, what people do all the time is they can record minute versions of stuff, put it in your group, have conversations around it. Did y'all see this part?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you can drum up conversations around it, and that can be a way to get engagement. Because that new, like you said, that new Sanaa Lathan movie that come out would be ideal. That would be completely ideal to talk about.
Yeah, and I was talking to my cousin. She was like, "Oh, I come." She said, she said I probably started crying because she got a real intense relationship with hair. Like, I was like, she said she coming, huh?
A lot of these people do.
Yeah. And the I don't know what the movie portrays and how it does, but I know it's a huge issue for men too. Like, I'm thankful that's not how my boyfriend is, but I know a lot of guys tripping about that big chop.
Yeah.
Tripping about the natural hair. Like, yeah. And I did a post about, like, running your finger through your hair. I'm like, not this one. You ain't gonna be able to run no finger.
And you know what my daughter's running into is the guys who don't want her to wear weave. Like they don't like braids. And I'm like, dang. And then I got a guy on my page. I don't know if you know Kevin, but Kevin is like, he's so anti any kind of anything. He don't want you to wear no fake lashes, no fake hair. But he also don't want you to be wearing extensions like braids and stuff. And I was like, sir, you're doing the most.
He's real. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, unless you're finna be paying to get my hair done every week, you need to hush.
I met this lady, matter of fact, because I was looking at different hotels and stuff to host it at, because I was looking at places, because my beautician, she's got too much going on. She's not going to be able to do it. So anyway, I was talking to a lady, and she was saying that she wanted to cut her locks, and they're long, like all the way down her back. And she said her beautician, she went to 3 different beauticians, they wouldn't cut it. And then she went to...
Your cat shut my phone this time.
I'm sorry.
You got,
no problem.
Ain't no money in my cash out. You have to send it. I don't know how that works.
Do you have money in account that you can send a cash out, and I'll send the money back to your account?
Why you don't have no money? Why are someone with you ain't got no money?
My phone just died. It's dead.
You gonna have to go to the car and crank up the car and get, because I don't have any I got my card, but I don't think she takes cards. Get the keys and turn it. Do you not turn the car on? You don't have to crank it, just turn it on so you can charge your phone. Sorry. Okay.
Something about, but anyway, so she was just talking about she wanted to cut her locks. She went to 3 different beauticians. They would not cut her locks. She's like, but she was tired of it, tired of the money it cost. So her boyfriend said he paid for it. So now he's paying for it.
For her to get a haircut?
For her to keep it. She wanted to cut, but he wanted to keep it because he stuck on long. He didn't want it short. Just guys be stuck on stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, she could have cut it in half.
I don't know.
I know, but So,
but it's a huge thing. It is.
It is.
Yeah, and I know, like when I get my hair pressed, I have very different actions from men than I do when I don't have it pressed.
Really? Yeah, we're conditioned. I think it's more, we're conditioned.
And it's older guys. Younger guys I think are cool, but like older, like my dad's generation, like,
Yeah, but our
deacons be like, "Oh my God, your hair's so..." I'm like, "Y'all so old."
Yeah, they conditioned. They're just conditioned. So straight is what's in. That's the beauty. That's the standard. And it's generational. But yeah, that'll be great. And then so you can do the watch parties. We got that. What else we got going on? So so to make some money, like we really need to start getting you out there now. So come over, send me over what your, like the name of your topic. We need at least 3. The name of your topic and a brief synopsis on what that talk is going to be about. And then let's get a strategy to go ahead and get it designed, get you out there so that you can start booking some workshops, booking some speaking engagements. Do you have a place to host workshops if you wanted to host one yourself?
Not really.
Not really?
Other than my church. That wouldn't, like, I mean, there are places, like I went to, I mean, there's hotels or whatever. We have a place. There's space, actually. I don't know if they moved out of that space, though. A girl I know who has, you know how you have those workspaces already pre-furnished and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They have a room, but I think she just moved out last month. So she would have been the connect for that space.
Definitely. So I think that one of the strategies that I used when I first got started was I went to meetup.com, and people who are already having events, you just reach out and you're just like, hey, I'm not charging anything. I would love to come and speak to your group. This is what I'm talking about, and this is why I think it's relevant for us to talk about it at such a time as this, especially you talk about the advent of social media and how we're just feeling disconnected as a people. Start with that. You might get invited to speak to their groups. And speaking to their groups, with every time you speak, you should pick up between 1 to 5 clients. So it's going to be worthwhile. You know, have a special offer saying, even if you're giving away, everybody here gets a free 20-minute strategy session, but I do have a special offer. If you take your fast action, then you get, maybe you give them $100 off one of your coaching programs. They want to deep dive into it. So that's a great way, but you got to get in front of people. You got to talk to people. Yeah. And then you also need to really tap into your Christian community and start talking to these women's groups. A lot of women, there's so much research right now that's showing that women are struggling. We stressed out, we struggling, we don't love ourselves, we not in relationships. You need to, every women's ministry has a meeting and they need speakers, and you're not charging. Right. Your whole intent and purpose is to give them a link to get to your website so that they can sign up for your newsletter, so they can get a free gift. And, you know, in this website that we build for you, we'll create you a sales page that you'll be able to change. And whatever your topic of the day is, you know, they'll be able to go to that specific sales page and get on your list. And once they get on your list, you just nurture them until they become a client. Yeah. It's a numbers game. And like I said,
I have an event in November, a women's event.
With Kat, with Kale.
Well, that, and there's another one, the African American Association for Georgia Baptist. I'm doing Christian dating and modern world. That's the topic. I'm doing a workshop.
And then, do you have a list of all of the previous engagements that you've already done?
I can create that list.
Create a list of all your previous speaking engagements. Okay, you got it? Okay. You like your hair? Okay, cute. So, yeah. So we'll get on that, but that's the next step to get you, go ahead and get you out there.
Yeah. And I'm looking at my calendar to carve out some more time at night. To get it done, because I've been out of town too much. I'm back now.
Yeah, you got to ramp up on your stuff. You done had your fun.
I know. And these other like little meetings and stuff. So, okay.
It all works. All right, sis. Well, that's the plan.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
I got it. All right. Thanks. And you going to send me the link for this?
Once it finished propagating, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. All right.